Okay, welcome. Do you want to get in? So tonight we're going through pipes. So hopefully a lot of you guys that are on right now will know what pipes is. It is part of the action steps originally set up by Natalie and Andy Goddard. Stands for prepare, invite, present, enroll, support. And if you follow these steps, you will rank advance. There's no way you can't. If you follow these steps, you will gain momentum, and these are the activities that everyone needs to do that runs a doTERRA business. So it is doing these action steps over and over and over and over again, which sounds crazy, but an elite will be doing pipes, a diamond will be doing pipes, and a presidential presidential diamond will be doing pipes. Yeah, exactly. So they're simple, they are achievable for everyone. And if you don't do any one of those 5 steps, your business will suffer. So if you don't prepare, if you don't invite, if you don't present, if you don't enroll, and you don't support, you won't have the success. And so prepare is what we're talking about tonight. So preparing is essential. There's that quote, failing to prepare is preparing to fail, which is a bit harsh, but it's true. If you don't prepare properly, everything else will fall by the wayside. At the same time, if you spend too much time preparing, and a lot of people get into that trap, too much time preparing this one and too much time supporting that one, so those two, then you will end up in a pickle as well. You won't rank advance and your business won't grow because you're not doing the whole pipes. So tonight we're going to talk about preparing or planning, whatever you want to go with, but it's key. Do not skip this step, and do not wait until you think you're ready. You know, that Elizabeth Gilbert quote, which I'll put up in the event or the meeting or whatever it's called later, is and Jesse Reimers is always saying this, you're supposed to start before you're ready and before you're good at it, and that's how you get ready and that's how you get good at it. So it's so true.
That's how you started, isn't it?
Yep. You can get really hung up on just preparing and thinking you're not ready. So do not skip the prepare, but do not spend too long preparing. And don't wait till you're motivated. You need to decide if this business is a business or a hobby, and there's no right or wrong answer. And if it is a business, you need to treat it like a business. And that means creating habits, getting into action so that you don't have to just wait till you're motivated, because it won't happen.
Yeah.
Can you expand on that?
Yeah, if you wait too long, it's, there's not too much that you have to do really to get started with a doTERRA business. So if you wait too long, you'll just never get there and you'll talk yourself out of it. So, yeah, there's nothing like just waking up in the morning, being a little bit impulsive and going, yep, righto, we're going to do this.
And I suppose that's where I was at. I spent way too long thinking about it. I spent 6 good months thinking about how I could run a doTERRA business without actually speaking to people. Impossible. But then when I drew a line in the sand, which was the beginning of the year, New Year's Eve, and I just made that decision. I'm going to go really fast, and I'm going to fail at it quickly, because that's my mind.
If you're going to fail,
but that was my mindset at the time. I don't say it's a good mindset. It's nice to stay positive, but I was of that mindset. I'm just going to, no excuses. And we have kind of operated that from the beginning, 0 excuses. And we did Diamond Club with that, zero guilt, just do it. So if your doTERRA business is a hobby, totally fine. Not everyone wants to treat it like a full-blown business, but just be prepared that if you treat it like a hobby, you'll be remunerated like a hobby. If you treat it like a business, you'll be paid like a business, and in excess of that too. So the first step, and I will put my notes up, but if anyone wants to run and grab a pen, I'll wait a few minutes, pen and paper, because there's going to be lots of stuff coming at you guys, and it might be worthwhile jotting it down or anything like that. I'll put some dot points up about what we've covered though. So did anyone want to run and grab a pen?
Or you can go back and look at the recording.
Yeah. Okay, so get organised. So everyone needs a diary, and I'm just going to fly through my notes, and then Karma's going to tie it all up in a nice bow at the end, because I'm sure I'm going to miss some things. So get organized, get a diary, whether that is a Google Calendar, an app on your phone, or like mine, which is really, really messy because a child's been drawing on it, but this is mine. And this is, you know, you can see this is Diamond Club. It's so messy, but I like having that in front of me and I trust it. I still do use, Darren gets cranky because I use too many different calendars, but definitely I'm an advocate for don't use too many calendars. But for me, I'd use the one on my phone and I need a paper one as well because I like to see it all laid out. Don't be fooled into thinking that you need lots of stuff to run a doTERRA business. You do not. You only need your top 10 oils, diffuser, fractionated coconut oil, and a book or an app. You do not need fancy boxes. You do not need every oil. You do not need all of that stuff.
You don't need a website.
Don't need a website, don't need photos. You don't need any of that. You don't even really need business cards. So a lot of people will say, oh, it's cost me $500 to get my doTERRA stuff organized. No, it should not. If you want to buy a beautiful oil box or you want to buy helichrysum, and by all means do that because that's what you would personally do. That's what you want. That's going to be something that you want to invest in, but don't call it a business expense because it's not what you need to run a business. So, you know, it can be a tax deduction, but it's not something that is essential. So you need the top 10 oils, diffuser, fractionated coconut oil, a book or an app. Even that is debatable whether that's essential. And then an Empower kit. So order yourself a $30 local Empower kit. You definitely need that. And then you can just build your collection. Everyone that's building a business should be on 125 LRP. So they should be getting their free oil every month. And that is building their collection. BOGO, you should take advantage of all the BOGOs, build your collection. Another really good tool to help you get organized is Calendly. So calendly.com, a free scheduler for appointments. You put in your available time. The free version allows you to choose one option, but if you want to go the paid version, you can choose different appointment slots. So you might have a welcome call, a business builder mentoring session, or just a 15-minute call. Like, keep it simple, I say. Just go with the free one. Just make it a 30-minute chat, and that could be a business chat or it could be a welcome call. And then you can send them the link. They can log on and choose a time that suits them. And it will sync with your calendar. So if you have a doctor's appointment and your doctor's appointment's in the calendar, it won't let someone book that time. And you can block out whole days. So I really like that one.
It's to send to your new people, isn't it?
Send to your new people, or if you have someone that needs a phone call, you know, when you're just playing phone tag and it's just not efficient, if you can send them an app, they can choose like a link to the app. They can log on, they can choose a time that suits them. You'll get notification, they'll get notification, and it's all locked in. So create an action plan. How many hours can you dedicate to this business? It might be 2 hours a week, it might be 22 hours a week, or it might be 70 hours a week. Whatever you choose is okay, it's fine, and you can definitely work to that. But you do need to have a bit of an idea in your head of when and how many hours you've got. Just back on the top 10 oils, the equipment that you'll need, you can also get US samples through the US office. So toothpaste, ice glue, shampoo, they're really, really good to have for your welcome packs, but also as samples to give to people. Those ice glue samples are giving them out all the time. Also jump onto Aromatools, au.aromatools, and grab some 1 ml sample vials and stickers from your back office. On the Aromatools stuff, you'll pay more at Aromatools for these sample vials, but they don't leak. They're stickers that the top of this doesn't sound like much, but the lid surface is flat. So the sticker sits onto there, and you can even buy separate stickers through Aromatools when you place that order, and they've got the oil lock stickers so they really stay stuck onto the vial. Really recommend that. I've wasted so much money buying sample vials from China and Alibaba and eBay. Don't waste your money. Just spend a fraction, and it's not much. Couple of cents extra to get the good ones. And get some 5 ml roller bottles while you're there, because it's always good to have the 5 ml rollers to make a blend up for someone. So you'll find that you use the little sample vials a lot, but then And in the early days, that's all I use. But now I'm more likely to make a roller for someone's teething child or someone's arthritic hands and give them that roller. So I don't have to worry about explaining how to dilute it. I know that the little sample vials are pretty overwhelming for newbies. And if you give them 3 or 4 or 5 little sample vials, it's quite expensive for you. And chances are that they just end up in the bottom of the handbag or in the car and they get thrown out, they don't get used. If you give them a roller, tell them how to use it on the label. So it might just be a sticky label that you've written on that says apply as needed directly to your hands for arthritis. Then that's going to be used. People will walk away from you and they'll be rolling it onto themselves. So the 5 ml rollers, I think, are really good investment, and you could even buy less 1 ml vials and just top up on 5 ml rollers. So I think they're going to be really, really good for you guys. And make some welcome packs up. So this comes under getting organised. Make some welcome packs up. You might just start off with 5 welcome packs. And a welcome pack can look like whatever you like. Some people just give 2 rollers. Some people give just a printout. I like to give, and mine has changed and morphed over the time. I used to give a lot of stuff, but now I will give them a shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste. I'll give them some...
In the little samples. In
the little samples, yeah. I'll give them rollers and some printouts, a mini modern essentials book. If they get a bigger kit, I'll give them the 5 ml wild orange as well. But it can look like whatever you like. You just need to, the idea of the welcome pack is it's a nice gift to give someone. It's a little bit of an incentive, and it is more about getting them to started on the right foot. So using their oils quickly. So at the very least, I think 2 10 ml rollers is going to be a good welcome gift, and people love that. Then you can make the roller bottle up with them in their welcome call or wellness consult, whatever you call it. Okay, so get organised, and
you don't want to find yourself spending a whole heap of money. You don't have to buy thousands of these rollers or sample bottles either. Just start small. You can place an order next week if you run out, and they'll be here in a couple of days. So yeah, just start with whatever you've got. You don't even really need to do welcome packs if, you know, money's tight that month.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't do welcome packs. So welcome packs are a bonus. You don't feel like you have to do it. Do what feels right. So a names list. So this is part of preparing or planning. Names list. I'm going to send or attach to the group or the messenger, whichever way you got into this this call, the ultimate memory jogger. So it's by Eric Worre, who wrote the book GoPro, and it's just a really good list. It's going to look something like that, but with lots of ideas to help jog your memory. That's not it, but it's like a grid. And it's about writing your names list. Everyone needs to write their names list, and you need to be doing it regularly. So that Presidential Diamonds still write their names list. So write your names list. And it's more than just trying to pick out who you would like to have on your team. It's about subconsciously planting that seed that there are so many people. The average person should know about 2,000 people. So you should be able to write a names list of 500 people really, really easily. It might take you a few days and that's why the memory jog is good. So you can just start to think about who and write friends and friends of friends and acquaintances and colleagues, and it's got a whole list of people on there. So the memory jogger, put that on your list to print out and write your names list if you haven't done it. And if you haven't done it in the last few months, you need to do another one. Okay, so personal development mindset. This is really, really important. And back when I started, I would have said, oh, no, I don't have time for that. But it is so, so valuable. So do you want to talk about that bit there? Start with your why.
Whereabouts?
Your why.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I guess you've got to have a why. You've got to have a reason that you want to do this. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to start a doTERRA business and see how it goes. You've got to have a reason to want to do it. You know, it might be so that you can stay at home and spend more time with your kids. You might hate your job that you're in and you want to change jobs. That might be that you just want to help people get some oils into their life. It can be anything. So just pick out, you know, think of reasons why you want to start your own doTERRA business and write it down. And it's something that you'll keep going back to. And you know, on those tough days when things are all going wrong and you'll look at your why list and go, that's right, that's why I'm doing this. It's to go out there and help these people cut chemicals from their lives. So, yep, definitely start with a why list, and have a look at Simon Sinek on YouTube. He's got some really good videos on there.
But there's one in particular that start with your why. Yep. There's also a book, but just watch the video. It's awesome. Definitely write your why down. It will change, but it will, like Darren said, it will help you get through the tough times when no one shows up, and that happens to everyone. It'll get you through when people say to you, oh, you're part of a cult, this, pyramid scheme, and it will propel you through your own limiting beliefs. So on limiting beliefs, so these are ones I hear all the time. Oh, I have kids. I am really, really busy. My husband works full time. My husband works away. The kids have so many activities. I don't have any friends or family that can support me. I don't have anyone that lives nearby. I'm all by myself. I work another job. I work 2 jobs. I don't have any money. We're really, really flat for cash. And they're all really good limiting beliefs.
Excuses.
They are excuses, but you need to just flip those and turn them into your reasons why. You don't have enough money. Well, that's why you're doing doTERRA. You don't have enough time to spend with your kids. You're not present enough with your kids. Well, that's why you're doing doTERRA, so you don't have to leave the home. For me, it's like every reason why I can't do something is actually the reason why I should be doing more on my business. Huh?
Yep,
yeah,
that's right.
So turn your limiting beliefs into reasons why, and your problems into solutions. So I was saying this to someone online today. January is going to be a slow month, and I had to catch myself. January is historically in doTERRA a very slow month, but it is across the board in all business, in all retail, unless you own a caravan park or a holiday place or you're a travel agent. Everyone goes on holidays. Everyone's spent all their money in December and November, and people aren't around usually to have workshops, and that could be a real problem. And today I made it a problem, but then I had to think, no, you need to turn your problems into solutions. Okay, so coming into Christmas, people are more likely to part with their dollars. Imagine, I spoke to someone today about having a market stall in November where you had the kits, and husbands could come and get a kit for their wife for Christmas. They could buy stuff. They could enroll. The wives could even come and say, oh, this will be, my husband will be happy now. My Christmas is sorted. And she gets her Nature Solutions kit. How awesome would that be as a Christmas gift? And then you can do a whole heap of workshops leading up to Christmas that are make and take, teachers' gifts, that sort of thing. You can do more market stalls. Then it's school holidays, so there's kids around. So instead of saying, well, I can't run workshops because everyone's got their kids, they won't come to my workshops, run the kid workshops. Run the ones where you make roller blends. Run the ones where the kids are involved in making the bracelets or whatever it may be. The kids can make presents for their parents, and that's a great way to have the parents there, have the kids involved. The mothers will be more relaxed because they're not having to worry about how am I going to get away from my kids at school holidays, etc. So turn the reasons why not into the reasons why. And with January, I think that is the perfect time when people are on holidays to enter holiday destinations and run workshops. People are relaxed, people are calm. That might be parks, caravan parks, resorts, cafes. Go to your local holiday destinations, run workshops. You will be amazed.
People are looking something to do while they're on holidays. They can't just sit around in their cabin or sit at the beach all day. And if they find an excuse to get away for a couple of hours and go to one of your workshops, perfect.
And one-on-ones, perfect time. Dad's home, dad's on holidays, mum can have a coffee with you and have a one-on-one. Awesome. Okay, so personal development. So you need to find your why. You need to write it down. And your why will change, and our why has definitely changed. And definitely look at some books. So GoPro Eric Worre, you can get his book for free. I know, just go to his website now. I think it's, he'll send it out. You just pay the shipping or something. The Starfish book, Neil Anderson, it's an amazing book. He is a doTERRA wellness advocate. Really, really good book. I'm not one to read. I do fall asleep as soon as I hit the second page. So Audible, or having Audible books. So the Audible subscription, which I think is about I think it's about $10 a month, but you get one book a month and you download it and you can listen to it. And I mean, we've had Harry Potter and a couple of things for the kids, but mostly it's my personal development stuff, and he'll have to listen to if we go on a long car journey. So it's great to play through the car, great to play even just in the school pickup line, on the way somewhere. I just press play on it. And when I get into bed, sometimes I listen, but usually I fall asleep. So get yourself an Audible subscription. It's so worth it. So screensavers, Karma is really, she got me onto this. Create a dream board or a, what do you call it? A goals board, vision board. Screensaver, and have it on your phone, have it on your computer. What's it called?
Reality board.
Reality board, that's it.
It's not a dream, it's not a vision, it's a reality.
Yep. And change all your passwords to something that aligns with your goals. So for me, it'll be Diamond. So you'll probably guess that my passwords are all Diamond 123 or
there you go. You've got our bank account details.
Yep. Get yourself to convention, get yourself to incentive trips, business trainings. If someone in your area is running a business training, be there. It doesn't matter if you've done theirs before, you need to be there. Make cross-line buddies, make cross-line friends. People want to help you in doTERRA. It's amazing. It's different to any other business I've ever been involved in. People want to help you. So you're crazy. You've got rocks in your head if you don't get to convention and incentive trips and leadership. These are not negotiable if you want your business to grow. Podcasts. I'll put a list up, but I love Whole Fit, Rosie Talks, The Whole Daily, Amy Porterfield, and then other people on YouTube, which I kind of use as podcasts because I just press play on the video and just listen to it while I'm pottering or whatever. Podcasts are awesome. Do you have anything to add on that?
No. Just
check your language too. He's forever checking my language for me, but I'm learning how to check my language when it comes to I will be Diamond by December. I will be, you just check your language, your energy, your intentions, because the universe has a funny way of bringing you what you say. So if you're saying, I'm always busy, you'll find that you are always busy.
You'll make excuses for yourself because you're always busy, and you're telling yourself in your head that you're always busy.
Yeah. And do the I Am group, which is Martha Nessler's 90-day group. It's not too late to jump on. I'll put the link below, but it's about your affirmations. Successful people do affirmations. It's not like wankery. Successful people will write their affirmations multiple times a day. They'll put alerts in their phone at 10:30, at 12 p.m., at 2 o'clock to look at the affirmations, to say it or to write it down or whatever works for you. But Martha Nessler's one is squats and affirmations and oils. So you anchor with the oils, you do the squats while you're doing the affirmations. It's awesome. EFT or tapping. These are all things, if you can get your mindset into order, your business will just flow so much easier. So definitely do the books and the Audible books. And you don't have to do it all at once. Just chip away at it. Do the I Ams. Do some tapping before every class. Have your goals written out and your why. And take action. Have a no excuses policy. So no excuses. Do the classes, support the people, making a commitment to just turning up and doing your personal development, doing your self-care and being organised. And you don't have to be perfect at any of this, but you just need to be doing it. You really need to be doing it. So you might do, maybe tapping's your thing and you're happy to do that multiple times a day. You don't want to do the I Ams. We'll do that. Or maybe I really like this I Ams thing that Martha is doing. Unstable. So I'm loving that, but I'm not doing much tapping at the moment. So I was doing lots of tapping in Diamond Club. And the email just comes through, the tapping solution. So Brad Yates on YouTube, do the tapping. And mentoring. So mentoring is a must. You must receive mentoring if you want to go well in this business. People who receive regular mentoring, they have their businesses on track. They have better quality of life. They're in control. They have accountability. They're rank advancing quickly or regularly. Their team is growing. And you may not resonate with your immediate upline. That's okay. Get mentoring from multiple uplines. It's awesome.
Or anywhere.
or anywhere. If you have to pay for mentoring, and I have done this regularly, my business has grown because I've paid $200 to have a mentoring session. So it's worth every single little cent.
You don't have to pay for it though. If you know someone who runs a local coffee shop and they're a real go-getter and really successful, ask them if you can sit down with them once a month for 10 minutes and just talk to them about your business or their business.
Yeah, so they don't have to be a doTERRA mentor. It is good to have, you need to have someone in doTERRA mentoring you, I think, but you can get your mentoring from other people. Like there may be someone in your uncle might be a really switched on business guy. It's always good to have as many people in your corner as possible and just to be able to throw things up. Know their skill set. He may not know doTERRA, but you know, can anyone hear?
We can hear you, just frozen.
Okay, that's okay. So get mentoring. It's a must. It doesn't have to be from your immediate upline. It could be from, just go to your back office and find out who your upline is. I know that Adish and Santoshi are offering mentoring too. You have to fill in your mentoring sheet. You have to get it back to them and they will mentor you once a month. They're even doing a barbecue. Now, they're many levels away from us and we can still receive mentoring from them. So I like the idea of having multiple mentors, having friends in cross lines, and having someone in your head that you can go to, even if you have to pay them, that is not someone who's your upline. It's always good to have that someone who's a little bit separate. Don't forget,
your mentors will keep you accountable as well. So what you should tell your mentors what your goals and your dreams are on your vision board, and when you touch base with them regularly, ask them to keep you accountable. So if you told them last month that you were going to set up 10 workshops last month, and then you catch up with them next month, get them to make sure that you've set those 10 workshops up. And if you don't, then they need to be writing you. If you want to succeed in this business, you've got to have someone keeping you accountable.
And a lot of mentors won't, so you need to ask for that. You need to say, these are my goals. I want you to keep me accountable, because mentoring there's a fine line. People don't want to pressure people, and in this business especially, we don't want to pressure people. At the same time, we want to run with the runners, and I want people to put their hand up for mentoring, number one, but I also want people that just want to walk to know that we're just going to walk with them. But if they want to run, we're there running with them. So you need to be very clear with your communication with your mentor, respect their time, but also just receive regular mentoring. You don't need to tie up 3 hours of their day. Hopefully they have a Calendly link. You can book a half-hour mentoring session with them, and then you can book another one in a fortnight's time. Or if say you're doing Diamond Club, you might like to book one every week. And this business is structured so well. You need to leverage off that. So use your upline and acknowledge that no one is perfect. No one is the whole package, I don't think, anyway. And I know that from some mentors, I get really good advice on social media, and other mentors, I get really good advice on running workshops. So everyone is different. You take what you can get from whoever you can. And just remember, it's your business. It's up to you. Do not blame your upline if you don't get people put under you. Do not blame your upline if your people aren't turning up to your classes, or if you're not rank advancing. It comes back to you and the pipes. So you need to do the classes, support the people, make a commitment to showing up, and do the action steps. If you're not doing the action steps, it's no one else's fault but yours. And your mentors, at the same time, should never be saying, well, you need to get to that rank so I can get to that rank. So they should never be saying that. If they're your upline, they should never, if they want something to happen, they can help you make it happen, or they can make it happen themselves. But you should never expect placements under you, or your mentor to ring you. That is up to you to find the mentorship. So do you have anything to add to that?
You can agree it obviously between yourselves and say, look, we're going to catch up once a month or once a fortnight, whatever it might be, and set that up with your mentor, but don't expect them to drive the mentoring relationship. You should drive the relationship yourself. make the call to them every month, because you're the one that wants to get something out of this. Hopefully you'll both get something out of it. But yeah, if you want mentoring, you need to reach out for it.
And the beauty of this business is that you can only succeed if you help other people succeed. And you need to receive mentoring so you can be in the future giving mentoring, but you can also leverage off the business model that says that your upline will succeed if you succeed. So it's a beautiful business model. Use it. You can get really good mentoring for free here. Use it, do it, book it in, make it a priority, and it's part of your prepare. It's part of your pipes. It must be a priority. So some action steps to go away with and write on your list if you've got a pen and paper there. Find your why, write your goals. So short, middle, long-term goals. Do a vision board, do a screensaver vision board as well. Change your passwords to ones that align with your goals. Do your names lists and use the memory jogger. Buy an Empower Kit if you don't have that, your bottles, your sample bottles, get an Audible subscription, find those people online, YouTube, podcasts that resonate with you, and get them make it a habit. So when you're folding the washing, when you're hanging the washing, when you're driving the kids to school, that is playing. My kids know who Jackie Ritz and Ann Peters are because they listened. They listen. Audible subscription, did I say that? Book the classes and book your mentoring. So there's a lot in prepare, but also don't get trapped in just preparing. Know that you can spread this out over months. So don't download 20 Audible books and think that you're going to listen to them. Just start slowly and time block, which I'm still mastering, but time block and get into action.
Definitely. Certainly don't get stuck in prepare for too long at all. It doesn't take much to, wake up tomorrow morning and book a workshop and get going. Okay, you can do a little bit of preparing by making sure you've got the right oils and that sort of thing, and ringing the workshop location, might be a cafe or whatever, to book it in. But that's all you really need to do to get started with a workshop tomorrow. You don't need to spend hours listening to audio books, or you don't need to wait till your sample vials arrive. Just get out there and do it. And
over the next 5 weeks, we're going through pipes. So this will all start to tie in, but just know that you are doing pipes every day if you're taking this business seriously, or at least 5 days a week. So you're going to be preparing every day. So don't just prepare for 6 weeks. You're going to be preparing a little bit every day. You're going to be using your oils, looking at your vision board, writing out your IAMs or reading them, tapping, listening to some book, doing some self-care every single day, sampling people, booking workshops.
You should be doing the whole pipes really every single day. So you might set your day up and say, look, I'm going to spend 20 minutes on preparing. I'm going to spend 20 minutes on inviting. I'm going to spend 20 minutes on
enrolling.
Pete.
Presenting.
Presenting and so on and so on. So, don't just say I'm going to spend all day doing the preparing. Do pipes all day.
So time block that out in your calendar.
Or for whatever time you've got. If you've only got 20 minutes a day, divide it up. Say, right, I'm going to spend 5 minutes preparing and I'm going to spend 5 minutes inviting.
So if you listen to Gary V, or if you follow Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V, he's awesome. And he will say, even if you're super, super busy, if you prioritize your business and these pipes, even if you're a busy mum with 10 kids, you can still do this, because there's such a high, if you look at how many hours you've got in the day and you need 8 hours to sleep and whatever to shower and whatever, there's little snippets and there's golden times throughout that day. So if you work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, you have an hour lunch break. To me, that is a full hour you can do some of your pipes. You can do 10 minutes of listening to audio books. You can follow up. You can book some workshops. Like an hour every day of time blocking. You can get so much done in that. You could actually get more done in that hour than someone else sitting at home saying they're doing their doTERRA business. They're so overwhelmed. They don't know what they're doing. So they're just scrolling through social media thinking that they're working, where scrolling through social media is not on pipes. So you could actually be way ahead of people that are spending full-time hours on the business. So be creative with your time. Instead of watching Netflix, listen to your audiobook. And when you love doing this business and you're seeing the results, you will want to do that versus watching Desperate Housewives or whatever it's called. Yeah. Karma.
So I just wrote a few notes down as you were talking.
I'll fix the washing machine.
So, like, I definitely agree with the work and show up. It's, if you've got a day job, and this is a job, like, let's face it, you have to dedicate so many hours a week to that job to be able to get paid. And this is exactly the same thing. So if you break down your paycheck of what you're getting at the end of the month to how many hours you would have to work in a day job to get that money, you know, that sort of gives you an indication of how much time you need to be putting into this. It's really important, I think, to sort of have that in your mindset. It's not just a free paycheck that comes at the end of the month. You know, you've got to work for it if you want to increase that. And the time block. So when you time block it, but then break it down on how you're going to do that. Don't just time block and say an hour of doing, setting up Facebook posts or Instagram posts. What are you going to do in that hour to create those Facebook posts? So allow 10 minutes for graphics. Allow, 10 minutes for your content. 10 minutes for your scheduling of your posting. Break it right down so you're utilising that time, because otherwise you'll spend an hour doing your graphics and you still haven't advanced into doing anything with those graphics. So time block, but then break down your time block to achieve those goals. I use a diary, I don't have it in here, and it's called a passion planner. I'd highly recommend everyone to do it. It's got sections at the start of their month of what you want to achieve, where, like, what I aim to do. It's got sections at the bottom. It's got a broken down calendar like Jess showed, plus it's got your daily with your time slots that you can do, so you can block out times and stuff. My girlfriend that does network marketing through Norwex got me onto it. It's also got sections in the back where you can write things and contacts and stuff like that. You can get a financial year one, or you can get a 12-month calendar one. But it is an amazing, it's well worth the money. So it's called Passion Planner. It's got a nice leather cover. It's really, really good. Also, I think, like with your welcome packs, if you're going to give a welcome pack, but you think it's going to be hard to lock in a time with someone for a follow-up call, tell them once they've had the follow-up call, then they'll get their welcome pack. And I can normally gauge this by the person. So some people I will give the welcome pack to if I'm doing a class and they enroll on the day. Other times I say to people, once we've followed up and done our call, then I'll give you your welcome pack. So that's a good way to make sure that they're going to do that. You can't always tell, but most of the time you can sort of get a bit of a feeler. Breathe magazine.
Sorry. And it's a good idea to make a roller with them in their welcome call. So that's a good excuse. We're going to make a roller when we catch up, and I'll have all that there ready for you to take home.
Yeah. The Breathe magazine, I'd recommend everyone gets that. There's lots of things for mindfulness and motivation in that. It's like a book. I still go back to like the first edition that I ever bought. Sometimes when if you've hit a slump and you think, oh, I've got to get out of this, and it's really good to go back to that and center yourself and have a look at some of the strategies that are in that, without having to surf the web and stuff like that. It's a good hardcover copy book to have. And I had the 90-day challenge down. That's just amazing. Yeah. Putting down your I am and, the world is. The things that come into your mind by doing that 90-day challenge are things that you wouldn't even think of. Like today, I was like, the world is, and I'm thinking, and I thought of womb. It's like a big womb, like a mother's womb. And, we're all being nurtured in it and nurturing each other. Like, it's really crazy the things that you think of. And always have samples in your bag and exchange details. If you give someone a sample, say, oh, would you mind if I just jotted down your details and gave you a call to see how you went with that in a week? So that's a really good way of, I sample so many people, strangers. I know I'm in that position in the salon. But when you really step out of your comfort zone, people are so intrigued. They want to know more. They want to try the oil. And you'll be amazed by just saying, oh, you know, got this essential oil business and, you know, rah, rah, rah. Ask lots of questions about them. And I think that was it. Oh, names list and how much it changes constantly. And your why. That was the other thing I had. I revisit my why all the time. And my why is constantly changing. To start with, it was financial. Now it's not even financial. I don't even care about the money, although it's good. I'm not saying that it's not. It's more about the fact I want people to have this low tox life. So totally changes.
Yeah. And I heard someone say the other day, I'm trying to think of where it was, it was Hayley from Ikigai Oil. She said, you will be underpaid for a substantial amount of time. You will be adequately paid, and this is in regard to the doTERRA business. So you'll be underpaid for a substantial amount of time. You'll be adequately paid for a small amount of time. You will be overpaid, abundantly paid for the rest of your life. So think about that when you're doing your business. You not only do you want to rank advance quickly through that underpaid section, but you really want to know that when you're placing a phone call today or following up or setting up a workshop, the work that you're doing today, you will be paid again and again and again and again for that until you finish with doTERRA. So probably until you die. So think about that. Nothing is in vain. The energy you put out, you will get back, but you'll also be paid multiple times. So if you really look after, say you had no one turn up to your workshop, but you did a one-on-one as you're packing the car up with someone across the road, and you put a lot of time and energy into that person, they didn't enroll, but then you were able to follow up with them and they enrolled down the track, you looked after them, you nurtured them, that person is going to be a lifelong customer. They're going to love the product. That's the beauty of doTERRA with the retention rate. And you're going to get paid multiple times for that interaction. So every interaction, every bit of preparing and planning is worth it. It's totally worth it. You just got to stay in action. Be careful not to slip out of that. Yeah, so I will put some notes, and I've got the Passion Planner and the Breathe magazine to add to that. Anything else, Karma?
No, I think you covered it all beautifully.
I'll put up those notes. They're just dot points. And yeah, we will see you guys next Thursday for Invite. And if anyone's the master at inviting, I'd love to have you guys on to tell us your hints and tips.
Stop.
Yeah, we'll stop the recording now and then we'll do a Q&A. Hang on.